Hello everyone, I'm Li Wei. I'm from China. Now I'm a PhD student majoring in educational technology in University Technology, Malaysia. This is a video for the course of research methodology UHPP0010 section 5. I will talk about what I have done and what I have gained. First, what I have done. I have attended 4 Webex lectures, which introduced the essential concepts related to research methodology and data analysis in education. I was encouraged to critically discuss and evaluate components of research process, research designs, instrumentation, population, sampling techniques, and data analysis. In addition, I have read 2 books. The first is Educational Research, Quantitative, Qualitative, and Mixed Approaches by Burke Johnson and Larry Christensen. Another book is Educational Research, Planning, Conducting, and Evaluating Quantitative and Qualitative by John W. Criswell. These 2 books are classical. They help me form the basic knowledge of research. What's more, I have attended a colloquium on SPSS. It focuses on statistics from examples of second language research. And I will attend 3 other colloquiums recommended by my supervisor. These 3 will focus on educational technology. All of them get me to my own PhD research. Then, let's go to the second part, my gains. The most important of my gains is I have got the mind map of the 3 most important research methodology paradigms: quantitative, qualitative, and mixed method. And I have been able to describe and explain the different types of variables and distinguish when each of the 3 major research paradigms would be appropriate to use. First, I will talk about what are the key features of quantitative and qualitative research. Quantitative research uses the deductive or confirmatory or top-down scientific method. It is used primarily for description, explanation, and prediction. It is based on quantitative data, in particular on the analysis of variables. The results describe statistical relationships, and the goal is to generalize the results. In qualitative research, in contrast, the bottom-up or inductive exploratory method is used. It's used primarily for the purposes of description or exploration and to gain an understanding of how people think and experience their lives. It is based on qualitative data, which during analysis are examined for patterns, themes, and holistic features. A narrative report is presented, and a generalization is really not a goal because the focus is on local, the personal, and the subjective. Then I will talk about the types of variables. The basic building blocks of quantitative research is variables. Variables can be categorized based on how they are measured and the role they play. The simplest classification involves the level of measurement of the variable. Quantitative variables vary in degree or amount. Categorical variables vary in type or kind. Let's look at this diagram. There are mainly 2 types of data. The first is called quantitative data, the second called categorical data. Quantitative data means numerical values. If you can count it, then it's discrete. If you can measure it, then it's continuous. For example, length, weight, and temperature. All of these are quantitative data. Then categorical data, if you can brand it, then it's nominal, such as color or gender. If you can order or rank it, then it's ordinal. Both nominal and ordinal are categorical data. That's it. And then let's go to another way to categorize variables. Another way is based upon the roles they take on in quantitative research studies. First, independent variables, symbolized by IV, are the presumed cause of another variable. Dependent variables, symbolized by DV, are the presumed effect or outcome. They are influenced by one or more independent variables. Let's look at an example. In an experiment, the research question is, are test scores impacted by the amount of time spent sleeping the night before a test? Here, the amount of time spent sleeping the night before a test is the independent variable, and test score is the dependent variable. Then let's go to experimental research and non-experimental research. Let's think about a question. When a researcher is interested in studying cause and effect, experimental research is more effective than non-experimental research. Why? Because strong experimental research designs include both manipulation and random assignment. Non-experimental research has neither of these. Manipulation allows us to see a manipulation first, and then observe the outcome or result of the manipulation. Random assignment makes the groups similar to all extraneous variables at the beginning of the experiment. Hence, the only difference between the groups will be the level of independent variable received, allowing the differences observed after the experiment is completed to be attributed to the manipulated independent variable. Okay, now let's look at this example. This is an experiment. The research question is, will students' test scores be affected by distracting songs in the testing environment? This acts like the distracting songs. And we can have a kind of experiment. And we set two groups. This group is control group. This group is experimental group. But we need to have a kind of random assignment to make sure the two groups are similar on all extraneous variables at the beginning of this experiment. Then the result, then the two groups' testing scores can be the only dependent, and then the distracting sounds can be the only independent variable. That's all for the explanation about experimental research and non-experimental research. And then in this semester, I have learned a MOOC. is about research methodology in educational technology. I have known different kinds of research methods, such as experimental research, action research, content research, evaluation research, design-based research, social network analysis, qualitative research. Now, I'm interested in design-based research. Maybe I will use this method to carry out my own PhD study. That's all for my report. Thank you very much.